Congratulations, Scott Mergenthaler. You won. You got the most likes from the viewers. The first thing you need to do, Scott, in this situation is do not panic. A lot of people panic when they run out of questions or things to talk about on the first date, or any date for that matter. They start panicking. Do not panic. Take a deep breath, all right? And just understand that your date may also be relatively nervous. Okay, so it may not just be you. So this is a moment when you run into situations like this where you have to just take a breath. Don't panic, all right? Because then you just start doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. And then at that moment, when you feel like you've run out of questions or things to talk about on your date, your first date, whatever date, try to recall something funny that has happened to you in the past or that you've experienced in the past. You've lived some life, so you've had experiences that were funny, you've had experiences that were humorous. Try to think back to those moments because those are the moments that typically stay with us. The moments that typically stay with us are the moments that are really horrible and nasty and terrible and, oh man, like my dog died or stuff like that. That stays with us. But also happy moments, funny moments, maybe a vacation that you had with family members and friends, that you had the time of your life, maybe a trip that you went on, some adventure that you went on that just opened you up to something new and you were amazed by it. And when you got home, you couldn't wait to tell your friends and your family about it. Maybe something, an entirely new experience that you've had in your past that really blew you away or that was really humorous to experience. So try to go back in your mind to those moments, those happy moments, those moments where in your life you've had humorous things happen to you, because a lot of times those are the things that stick with us. It's either really good things that happen to us that stick with us, or the really bad things, but usually both of them stick with us. The bad stuff, the really bad stuff, and the really good stuff. So try to go back in your mind a humorous event that you've gone through, a funny story, or even something that happened to you that was just that took you by surprise or that had an effect on you in some way. So when you get into these moments, when you run out of questions or things to talk about on your first date or any date you're on, try to take your mind back to those moments, because it will be a lot easier for you to recall those moments when you've reached the point where you're on your date and you're like, ugh, I've run out of things to say. It'll be easier for you to go back to those moments, those humorous moments, those funny stories, those experiences that you've had that stayed with you over the years or over the months, and bring those up and tell them in a story. And instantly, once you open that up, as you start talking, it just comes back to you. And you're just like, you're talking about it because you can remember the event in your mind. And you're like, oh, yeah, and this is what happened. And it was crazy. And then this happened. And then it just starts getting really interesting. And your date starts getting back into it. And then they may even share some story about them that was humorous as well. Okay. So that's what you need to do in moments like this. One of the best things you can do, first and foremost, do not panic. Take a breath. All right, do not panic, and just go back into your mind to those happy memories that you've had, those humorous stories, or those events that had such a good impact on you that stayed with you, and talk about that. Okay, I hope that helped you, Scott. And guys and girls, leave your comments and your questions down below. And if the question that gets the most likes is the one that I will answer in my next video. Subscribe to the channel, and if you want to ask a private question, click on the link below for a consultation.